Are you tired of outdated Unity tutorials? Let me introduce you to the most complete Unity tutorial series, where I make a 2D platformer from start to finish. Hey, this is Outrage. For this tutorial we're going to use this 32 by 32 white box image. We are going to add a character with animations later on. So first of all I will create a game object for the ground and add a box collider 2D component to it. Of course I will also add a color because we don't want it to be colorless. Now I will add another game object for the player, and in this object I'm going to add a box collider 2D and a rigid body 2D component. Let's code! In the player walk script that I just created, I will need three variables. A rigid body 2D variable in which we're going to store the player's rigid body, a float variable for the user's input, and another float variable for the speed. Make sure that the speed variable is public so that we can modify it from the inspector. In the start function, I am going to set the RB variable equal to the rigid body 2D component of the player. This will happen only once when the player game object is created. Now in the update function, I will set the move input h equal to the horizontal input of the user. That means that whenever you press the right arrow button, this variable is going to be 1. When you press the left arrow button, it is going to be -1. Whenever you press neither the left nor the right arrow button, the value of this variable is going to be 0. So now I will set the horizontal velocity of the player object according to the speed, and the move input h variable is going to determine whether you go left or right. After saving both scripts, you can set the player's walking speed to whatever you want. I want 8. And play. Cool. Now check this out. I can remove those 3 letters here and achieve this cool smooth movement. You can choose whatever you want for your game, but I will keep the previous one. The last thing I'm going to do is create this player variable script and add this public static boolean variable that will be true whenever we walk and false whenever we don't. I use static because it's easier to use it in other scripts. We will store those kind of variables in the player variables script and use them more in the next tutorials. You can use debug.log in the update function and always check if this variable is true or false, but make sure to remove it later because it's pointless. So that's it for the first one. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with this series. If you want to have the project files, check out my Patreon page. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to join my Discord server. Bye!